evening, South Tama Trojan fans. Welcome to an early but wonderful night of basketball here. The sun just setting in Tama, Iowa, and we're ready for hoops here at the STC Roundhouse. South Tama welcoming in the Solon Spartans this evening for a makeup contest that was supposed to have been played on Tuesday. But boy, howdy, have we had snow this week. If you're not in Iowa at the moment and you haven't been paying attention, it has been wild and cold this week, and we're set to get some more, I understand. So Trojan fans and viewers out there, be safe, be warm this weekend, as supposed to be getting some more snow. And but anyway, we've got basketball coming your way here. Going to be the last activity of the week before we have a no school snow day tomorrow for STC. That just got announced. And so before we kind of go off and hunker down at home, we're going to bring you two varsity contests. It is South Tama and Solon tonight. We're going right into varsity action. There's no JV or sub-varsity games happening this evening, so we're going right to varsity games. So South Tama girls varsity getting ready to go. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the following local sponsors. We do thank these businesses for putting us on the road, putting us on the air, and just supporting South Tama County activities throughout this winter season. They include Berkwood Village of Tama, Toledo, Salt Creek Wind, Mercy Care Tama, Iowa Premium, State Bank of Toledo, Hardin's, S&S Car Wash, Cruzy and Phillips Funeral Home, Appraisal and Realty Services, Robach Lumber, Stein Robach Floor Coverings, Medicap Pharmacy, Assured Partners Insurance, Marquess and Hoyer Law Office, Sharn Weber's, and TFD Photo and Film. All of our Trojan Country broadcasts are also made possible by the Charlie Townsley Memorial. Looking at this matchup tonight, South Tama taking on the #1 ranked team in Class 3A, the Solon Spartans. As you can see, the team's getting warmed up on the court here. South Tama has the unenviable task of going up against a state semifinalist and currently the #1 ranked team in Class 3A. Spartans are 10-1 so far, and they're coming in as a pretty battle-tested team after a strong finish to their 2023 season, and they've got a pretty highly touted senior-dominated roster. Solon sits atop the Class 3A rankings with wins over 2A #1 ranked Dyke New Hartford, 1A #3 ranked Martinsdale St. Mary's Catholic, 3A #9 Benton, 4A #10 Marion, and 3A #14 Williamsburg. The team's only loss has come against Class 4A #2 ranked Clear Creek Amana. That happened on December 12th. The Clippers pulled away late in that one. That was a third quarter. Well, they pulled away late in the third quarter, won the game after a dominant 30-3 scoring run. With the loss, now Solon still sits atop the Class 3A rankings, but they're at second in the WAMAC East behind Mount Vernon. And those two teams have not played. Mount Vernon ranked #2. They have not lost this season. And so, but Mount Vernon has also not played Clear Creek Amana. So that'll be interesting to see how things shake out. Solon and Mount Vernon set to play their first game of the year on January 16. I'm Darvin Graham. I'm joined by my co-host this evening, Hunter White. Hunter, how are you doing tonight?
You know, I braved the cold to be out here to watch some wonderful basketball. So
we are one of,
I want to say, I think I did my counting. Besides the Solon boys team, it's about, I want to say, give or take 20, 30 people.
My goodness. So yeah, we hope to bring the game action to you here this evening, and those that can't be with us, thanks for tuning in. But it is a pretty light crowd here at the Roundhouse. It is also an early start, so that's probably playing into things, as we normally don't get going until about 6:30. So we're having our starters announced here, so we'll jump right into that. First for the Solon Spartans. Spartans are going to have all but one senior on their roster. Kobe Leitz is a junior. She's a guard. She'll be starting at the guard position. And then the rest are all seniors. It's going to be #4, Haley Mueller. #10, Mia Staley. #23, Kaylee Levine. And #20, senior Anna Quellen. We'll talk about this matchup here a little bit in depth after we get our tip-off here, as we're kind of running into starting time.
That's very exciting, especially when you got such a good school in Solon coming in. I'm sure you did the rundown while I was down over there by camera too, but very exciting.
All right, we're going to have our national anthem. We'll be right back with the tip-off here in a moment. All right, your starters for the STC Trojans. South Tama is going to be led at the point position by freshman Olivia Holla. At the shooting guard position, it's going to be number 23, 5'7" junior Madison Hitchcock. At the swing guard, it'll be number 5, senior captain, 5'8", Kayla Heck. At the 4 will be number 22, senior forward Sienna Defoe, and rounding out at the center position, number 3, junior Aubrey Dozal. So kind of taking a look at this Solon team here, as we've got Quellen and Dolezal at the center to tip off here. We'll get this going, and then we'll kind of work it backwards and talk about the Spartans as they get things going here.
Yeah, exciting matchup. Number 1 girls for Solon. Our girls got to play all 4 quarters. So here Miller is able to pick it up for Solon. And number 23, Levine, she's going to go around, pass it out. Back over, she'll take a 3 from the corner, and it's good. 3 points for Kaylee Levine. Holla's going to take it across the timeline. She'll pick up her own dribble, guarded, and that ball's going to get swatted away, and Hitchcock is going to fight for it back, but can't quite get it before it goes out of bounds.
Quick 3 points here for Solon in their first possessions.
Looks like that's going to be last touched by Solon. So Heck to inbound, and Rosenberger in for the game.
Takaya Rosenberger immediately into the game. She did not start but 1 possession, but here she is now. So Rosenberger in, Heck with the shot off the mark. Here come the Spartans.
And the ball's going to get passed right back out around. Number 10, Staley, she's going to take it out and around. And that's another 3 ball, this time off the iron, but that's going to be a Solon recovery. And double dribbles called. So Colby Leitz with the double dribble.
Heck to inbound to Holla, and Holla will work it up the court to the half-court line. South Tama here just need to work on their own fundamentals, and it's a tough thing to ask against a really high-caliber team like Solon. They've been to the state tournament. Were a state semifinalist last year. They've got a couple of girls that are very well accomplished and have a lot of kind of accolades, and they're going to be tough tonight. There's a missed shot by Heck, rebound by Levine. Levine past the defender, can't get the finger roll to go. Loose ball picked up by the Spartans. Here comes a 3 from Miller. That's no good. Levine fires again. Corner shot off the rim, and a whistle.
Yep, that's going to be called on Solon. I think that was an over-top play, but yeah, like you mentioned, Irvin, I know the keys to success for our girls is they need to play all 4 quarters, limit the turnovers. Right now, Solon has 151 steals on the season.
Wow.
That's going to be pretty important play as we see Holla is going to be doubled up and a timeout called.
Timeout called by Coach Kiana. kind of looking through their wins here. They've got wins against Martinsdale, St. Mary's, Dyke New Hartford, Iowa City High, Williamsburg, Vinton-Shellsburg, Grinnell, Marion, CPU, Mid-Prairie, and Benton, with the one loss coming to CCA. The kind of two scoring leaders on this team are two of their seniors. Senior Kaylee Levine, averaging 20 points per game. She's also their team leader in assists and steals. Last year, she was a first-team All-State selection, and she's just got announced she's a McDonald's All-American. That came out a couple of days ago. And on the same day that got announced, she broke the school record at Solon for career three-pointers, breaking the record from Iowa Hawkeye Lindsay Meter. A lot of Hawkeye fans remember that name from years ago. And she's been committed to play for the University of Iowa since 2021. So a lot of things happening for Kaylee Levine. And then her counterpart in the backcourt, Haley Miller, averaging 13.5 points per game. And she was the third-team All-State last year and the Class 3 All-Tournament team from their state run in 2023. So those are two to look out for. Here's a pass down low to Quellen as we get back to action here on the court.
Just a little too strong on the right-hander and gets the foul, but the ball doesn't go in. So
Quellen gets the rebound and will go to the line. It's going to be Kayla Heck picking up her first personal. Still nothing but that triple by Levine in the first possession.
Right out the gate. This one's going to go strong off the front of the iron, so that is going to be a missed first shot there for Quellen.
Quellen's second shot good to go, and
Heck will now inbound.
A lot of pressure here. They are right up on South Tama as soon as the ball comes out, which is a smart thing to do, knowing that South Tama has struggled with ball control. Just to keep the ball on this side of the court. Yeah. And another steal here. It gets kicked out of bounds. It'll go to South Tama there.
Yeah.
Steal by Staley.
We need more girls up front. They need to play with some kind of aggression, some kind of quickness, because look, they got three in the front court right there, and just threw it away.
Inbound pass picked off by Miller, and the quick bucket underneath by Quellen. Her first field goal of the night.
It's going to be, again, swatted away as the transition defense has been huge, as Leeds is going to take this one.
Solon just kind of shutting down South Tama in the transition. There's another three-pointer by Levine.
Yeah, that's going to be the big thing that South Tama needs to improve on. They got to run. They got to do a full sprint here. They can't just let it get at them. And, of course, Hollow, who's a freshman, loses that one as that one's stolen away by Quellen.
Leeds and Quellen forcing the turnover and the transition bucket.
Another steal.
Another steal. Levine picks it away. Staley, three off the back of the rim. Leeds the rebound.
Yeah, they got to play with more aggression here.
Levine into the lane will get the and one against against Kayla Heck. So Kayla Heck picking up two quick fouls, and South Tama is going to rotate in an entirely a fresh five as Leeds and Staley go to the bench. So in now for South Tama, Asley Morgan, number 11, Madison Hitchcock, number 23, Peyton Vandewall, number 33, Gisela Camacho, number 12, and Jasleen Lastly, number 10. Lastly has it stolen away after the inbound pass.
So here's a three ball again, just off, can't quite get it. Needs to, you need to run with that, get it in their transition defense here.
Trojans get it into their half court finally.
They got to play good under the basket. Right idea, just got to get the right angle, get a higher left hand going.
Levine up the court to Delaney Durr, and Durr finishes off the fast break for two. Her first points tonight. Durr, a 5'5" sophomore guard coming in off the bench. Also on for Solon, number 12, Lainey Hinkle. And two starters that just came off the court are getting ready to check back in. for Coach Jamie Smith and the Spartans. Smith, he's assisted by Mark Sovers, Nathan Watson, and Jim Smith. Trojans with the ball underneath their own hoop. Morgan to inbound. Trouble getting it in. Gets it to Lastly. Lastly double teamed. Throws a shot up. Gets fouled. Lastly had a really nice night. Be on the 5th, last Friday. Came off the bench, scored 14 points, had 4 3-pointers in a losing effort for South Tama against Independence. But really showing some shooting acumen as a 3-point specialist. So we'll see if she can get one to go here this evening. Here's her second free throw. Off the back of the rim, no good. And here come the Spartans. Durr quickly up the court. South Tama able to pick the ball up. Camacho comes up with it. Swings it down low to Lastly, out of bounds. Turns it over to the Spartans. 16-0 run here, all Solon. South Tama fans, if you haven't really paid attention to the rankings, South Tama working against the top team in Class 3A. They're #1 ranked and were a semifinalist in the state tournament last year. Here's Delaney Durr, 3-pointer, corner, no good. Now Lastly up the court. Just had a whole fresh rotation come in. And Lastly throws it away, trying to get it to Hitchcock. Picked off by Leitz. Leitz to Staley, back to Leitz in the perimeter.
Now to the hoop goes Quellen. That one's a little too strong, and that's going to be called Solon ball. Yeah, the thing that I really want our girls to really work on is, like, this is, like you mentioned, #1 3A school in the state, and you got to learn from it. And anything that you can take from tonight is going to just help you in the future, as this ball is going to be picked up by Vanderwall, and that's going to be no points on that trip for Solon.
And another turnover on the South Tama end. More substitutes coming in here for Coach Smith and the Spartans. It's going to be Miller and Levine checking in for Quellen and
Durr.
Durr, there we go.
So Durr's going to pass it out to Miller. Back out to Leitz. Just good passing around from Solon, as Levine's going to drive to the hoop, cuts back, a little too strong on the right-hand side, gets her own rebound. 3-ball now for Miller. Too strong on that as well, and that's going to be last touched by South Tama.
Stays with the Spartans. Acrobatic move there by Levine to try and save it. And what's interesting is this Solon team is not a tall, long profile kind of team. They top out at about 5'10", 5'9", and they don't have a lot of length, but I don't know, we're not seeing them at 100% here as the mismatch with South Tama is kind of creating a different look for them, but you can tell their fundamentals are just rock solid.
Oh, absolutely.
And yeah, they are and will continue to be, I think, a force to be reckoned with in 3A. And here's a 3 by Staley. Levine the rebound. Back outside. Now Levine from the left. In and out. And Lastly grabs it.
So hopefully South Tama can get some points here as the first quarter kind of winds down. Lastly from the right wing. Guarded there by Levine and stolen away once again by Holoska. She passes out to Leitz. And again,
there's Miller. Long 3, no good.
There we go. That's a nice rebound there by
Hitchcock. Has it stolen away, and the Trojans just do not have the ball control, the dribbling skills to be able to move the ball in the way they need to. I mean, there's a 3 that time by Haley Miller.
Yeah, it's really difficult. You just got to play with some kind of fire. I mean, even though you're playing against the #1 team, you always got to, try and feel like you're going to be the one who's going to win it outright. As this one finally goes
Peyton
down.
Vandy Wall getting South Tama's first points of the night. Bandy wall from the right side.
Don't get skunked. That's the important part. Morgan's going to defend this one out. As looks like they're going to let Miller kind of let the clock wind down as the shot clock's off. 16 seconds. Levine will take it in the corner. Someone needs to get up on that 3 line. As Leslie creeps forward, has a screen for Levine if she wants it, drives into the lane, left hand, and gets the foul. 1.7 seconds left.
We will have boys varsity action coming your way at the conclusion or directly following this girls game. So full night of basketball here at the Roundhouse. And there will be our half-court kids half-court shot contests in the halftime of the girls game and the boys game. Not a lot of kids here right now, so there might be a pretty
chance.
This Solon boys team might have something to say, but
yeah, that'd be fun.
See how many half-court shots
can
get made here. But
no, unfortunately not.
At the first quarter buzzer, South Tama trailing 23-2. We are going to step away for a moment, and we'll be right back with the start of the second quarter. Welcome back live from the STC Roundhouse. It is the start of the second quarter. South Tama taking on the Solon Spartans tonight, and they trail 23-2. It's been all Solon here in this first half. And South Tama looking for their first win of the season. Solon coming in 10-1 atop the Class 3A rankings. One loss coming to 4A number 2 ranked Clear Creek Amana in December.
There you go. First turnover there for the Spartans.
South Tama's Paige Krosky picks up the pass in the middle of the lane, and here come the Trojans now. Olivia Holla back in after the wholesale substitution by Coach Kiana in the first quarter.
Heck's going to get this one passed, batted away as Quellen's going to go ahead and defend that one.
South Tama is without one of their captains, Jeanette Cervantes, on the bench this evening. Would assume it's an injury of some sort. She's not dressed with the team, so Cervantes not available this evening. The rest of the team is, and everybody's gotten in the game here so far too. So
yeah, it looks like Levine hit the basket, or kind of hit the floor a little hard there, as no foul was called. But this is going to be another no-point trip for the Trojans. 3 ball is good there.
That was Kobe Leitz from downtown.
Yeah, just they got, and that's the thing that you mentioned, Darvin. They got great shooters.
Yep.
They're very quick, and you can really tell that they're playing with a lot of passion.
There's a steal by Levine. Nobody in the open court, and the transition bucket's good. Levine already with 13 points.
Yeah, I tell why D1 schools want her.
Yeah, and now Miller off the assist by Quellen. Miller gets the fast break points to go.
So Hall is going to take this one across the line. Guarded there by Staley. This ball is going to get batted and tipped away by Staley, and a pass from her to Leitz gets that one to go down.
A lot of assists, a lot of points here in this first half by Solon there. The steals and the turnovers they're forcing for South Tama. There's a jumper right in front of the free throw line by Kayla Heck, getting her first bucket tonight. South Tama with 4 now.
if Heck can go ahead and start getting the points rolling, maybe some kind of momentum goes for the Trojans. But again, just the 3-ball shooting that the Solon team has is just absolutely phenomenal.
Holla quickly up to Krosky, back to Holla in the lane, tipped out of bounds, stays with the Trojans though. Nice little exchange there, and that's what you have to do against a mismatch like this, is just kind of look at the, one possession at a time, 1 quarter at a time.
Yeah.
And play the game, you play to win, but you also, playing for your own goals and your own improvement. And that's got to be part of what Coach Kiana and the Trojans are looking at here tonight. Here's Heck into the lane. Contested shot. It's, I'd probably be a block there. You're right.
Blocked there by, I believe, Quellen as...
It was Hinkle into the lane. Just came in off the bench. First foul in a while. This one comes against Aubrey Dolezal. Her first team foul for South Tama, sending Lainey Hinkle to the line. First shot's good for the freshman guard.
Yeah, they've been shooting pretty well there from the line. Shoot 66.4% for the Solons coming into this game.
Levine gets the rebound off the missed free throw. It goes out of bounds. And it will go to South Tama. Last touch by Solon. Trojans ball. 5:18 on the clock. Lastly, up the court to the right to Rosenberger. Rosenberger throws it away. Leave it. Levine up the court. Right to Staley. Good fake there. Staley's shot, no good. And lastly now.
Over to Rosenberger. She'll take it top of key. Heck's left-hand side. Into the lane's going to be stolen again by Levine, and that ball.
A little too fast out in front there.
Yeah.
Staley tips it out of bounds. Another turnover. South Tama wrestling in action tonight. If you were anticipating to see the STC triangular duel with Williamsburg and Center Point Urbana this evening, we do apologize. We did change direction on our schedule tonight, but that is happening right now. There's a missed shot by Lastly, one-hander up the court to Staley, good for 2. And but you can look up the Williamsburg Raiders on YouTube, and they have a live feed going on with live scoring and some live coverage there. So you can find up-to-the-minute action of the wrestling meet this evening in Williamsburg at the Williamsburg Raiders YouTube channel. And we'll try and check in at halftime and see how things are going there. South Tama was going to be wrestling CPU first in the first duel of the day, and then it was going to be CPU in Williamsburg, and then South Tama and Williamsburg for the final one. Three-pointer by Leitz is off the mark, and the ball goes out of bounds. Foul there.
I don't know on who, because I swear Heck was straight up. Number 3.
It's going to be Dolezal again. So Dolezal picks up foul number 2, and that will send Levine back to the line. In and out.
She was perfect on the night, but of course that is meant to change every once in a while.
Oh. Rolls all the way around the hoop. Loose ball picked up by Leitz. There's Durr, long three-pointer right off the front of the rim. Scramble underneath the hoop. Quellen lastly picks it up, but throws it away. Levine back into the lane, draws another foul. So before we can get the ball across half court, we've got 2 free throw sequences here by Kaylee Levine. And Holla is going to come and check into the game for STC. First shot for Levine is good after missing a pair.
Yeah, she's been really good tonight, and you can really tell that she has that higher level talent. As this one, her second one's going to rattle in and out. So Lastly's going to take this pass into Heck. She'll spin left, goes into lane, gets that one down off the glass.
2 field goals down for Kayla Heck. South Tama getting a little scoring going here. That's got to feel good, too, against a good opponent like this.
Any points coming against the number 1 3A, you got to be feeling good about.
Three-pointer by Leitz, off the mark. Holla working against Hinkle. And it stays with the Spartans. They go to set back up their offense.
Durr throws that
Turnover.
one away. Lasley's going to take this over right-hand side, passes into Hala. She'll take it back out. Picks up a rebound, back out to Lasley, right-hand side. She'll try to create some space, and there's Heck open in the lane. A little too strong.
Good look, though. She
was.
was right where she wanted to be there. Here comes Durr, right to Levine. Three-pointer, it's good from the right side.
Wow.
The third three-pointer, I think, for Levine in the first half here. And all of a sudden, you look up, and it's 42-6. This is just, you know, a very dominant performance here. And
yeah.
coming in now for Solon, number 4, Haley Miller. Number 10, Mia Staley coming in for Levine and Quellen. Lastly, goes to the bench for Asley Morgan. Trojans with the ball in their half court.
That's a good pass out to Defoe, as that's going to be stripped away by Hinkle. She'll pass it over to Durr. Right-hand side. Leets. Hinkle. She'll drive into the lane. A little too strong on the pass, so Miller's going to have to walk that one right back out. Miller. Left-hand side, top of the key now is Hinkle. Over to Staley. They got good rotation going that I've noticed.
Yeah.
So
good
here,
ball movement. They know where they're going with it. And a three-pointer by Miller off the mark. Hala will take it up for South Tama. Dolezal down low to Morgan. Double teamed to Defoe. She has trouble near the free throw line. It's stolen away by Staley. Heck trying to stop the momentum, but the ball gets up to Durr, and she tries a three. It will stay on the Solon side of the court.
Yeah, I mean, but that's good. I like the effort by Heck. You know, she had the good shot in the lane down there. She was fighting for that ball on the inside in the lane. It's a good job.
She's doing her best not to kind of let the game happen to her. She's trying to intervene in points here. There's a three-pointer by Delaney Durr, and that one is good. Her first three-pointer tonight. She's got 5. Trojans back on offense here.
Heck's going to be double teamed, and that ball's going to be swatted away and stolen.
Fast break. Here's Hinkle, and she gets the bucket from Leets.
Hala's going to take this across the timeline now, as there's about 3 seconds differentiating the shot clock and the actual clock. Heck's going to take it for a deep 2 left hand. Too strong. Tried to get the rebound from Dolezal.
And it's going to be Staley quickly scoring underneath the hoop.
So again, another batted ball. As I was sitting here taking stats.
Identical situation here. Staley gets another fast break bucket. I don't think she came across the half-court line. Here's a half-court heave by Hala at the buzzer. It's no good. And we're going to get ready for our halftime half-court shot contest. And we're also going to talk to our STC boys coach, Craig Harrison. We're going to have a Coach's Corner interview with him at halftime. So stick around. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Some things so far away, that baby
All right, welcome back live from the STC Roundhouse. Trojan Country here for varsity action between Solon and South Tama. Right now we've got our $50 half-court shot contest. This is open to all students K through 12, and you get 50 bucks. Kids get 50 bucks if they make a half-court shot. This is put on by Darren Zolzal and the Dolzal Farm Supply business in Toledo. And they're doing the sponsorship for this during the girls' halftime, and then during the boys' halftime, State Bank of Toledo doing the same thing. So some fun things kind of happening here at halftime. And so our first shots this evening are up and away.
Oh, already.
That was Ian Vore. Right out the gate, gets one down.
How about that?
And off we go.
This is exciting. I wish I had this when I was in school.
Yeah.
Get a chance to get 50 bucks.
50 bucks? Man, I'm rich if I got 50 bucks.
I was going to say, as a high schooler?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
But, yeah. I mean, that's gas, food, and maybe a little something extra. I don't know.
It's maybe 2.5 CDs.
Oh, you're talking your terms.
At Sam Goody, maybe? Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, shoot. I mean, that would probably, in my day and age, 50 bucks could get you a couple albums off of iTunes.
Right. What kind of albums are you getting?
You know, just enough for, you know, the winter.
There you go. Hey, South Tama fans, make sure you, if you have not done so today, vote for Maylee Ellsbury for the Dan Gable Wrestler of the Year contest. This is the first round of voting for the top 15 in the boys class 1A, 2A, 3A, and in girls all class together. Maylee is currently, as of this afternoon, she had the most votes in the top 15 girls that were up for this award. There will be another round of voting that happens after this, so the top vote getter does not automatically get awarded the award, but they move into the second round of action. So you can vote once a day, so don't think you can only do it once. Once a day, you go to iawrestle.com. We also have the link up on our Facebook at Trojan Country on Facebook. So make sure to vote for Maylee. She's having a great season again, our first girls state champion, and was a 135-pound champion last year, and really having a nice season as well, too. So we wish Maylee all the best, and make sure to tell your friends and vote once a day on iawrestle.com. And we're going to quickly, let's see here, we're going to have our Coach's Corner interview in just a second here as we get Coach Harrison ready to go. All right, here. So we're going to let this roll here. We've got 15 seconds left. I think Ian Vore had one. Ooh, that looked close. One half-court shot made. I think we've got one down so far. And that will do it. So one winner coming away with 50 bucks tonight. Nope, looks like, okay, Kate Rosenberger got one too. So, no, there's three, my goodness. You got some three-point shooters here, Coach.
It's perfect.
So, anyway, I am joined by our boys head varsity coach, Craig Harrison. Craig, how you doing this evening?
I'm having a good night. How about you?
I'm good. Thanks for taking some time as we kind of have a different schedule of events tonight with the makeup games. Haven't caught up with you in a few weeks, and wanted to first, if we can rewind a little bit and talk about that Vinton-Shellsburg game, if you can remember back that far.
I barely remember.
But it was an exciting win for South Tama. They get their second win of the year. It's a WAMAC victory, and that definitely means something. What were your thoughts following that game, or what were the takeaways for you and the coaches as you kind of got the team into and through the holiday break?
Well, I think you said the magic words, a WAMAC win.
Yeah.
And those are hard to get. Even good teams struggle to win in this league, and we were really fortunate to get one on the road. I was not counting on that. Mm-hmm. I was really happy with the kids. They really held their composure, and it was a close game, and they stayed with it all the way to the end.
We were not able to broadcast that game. were there things that you felt your team really excelled in, things that you thought the kids did well in that one in particular? Any takeaways that way?
Oh, we really took care of the ball.
Yeah.
I think that's the number one thing. And then we rebounded right with them, and they matched up really good with us in the paint. I kind of thought going in we might be a little bigger than them. We really weren't.
Really? Okay.
But we held our own there, and we don't always do that. Sometimes we have a little trouble taking care of the ball, and we don't always rebound, and we did those things.
So far, as we kind of near the halfway point of the season here, in your first season, where do you feel like South Tama has improved or evolved since the start of the preseason? Where's the team now compared to where they were right at the beginning?
Well, as a new coach, new program, it's really hard to get the stuff put in place, and this press and that defense and this offense. And we struggled with that a little bit at the beginning. We've really come a long way.
Yeah.
I have confidence in the kids being able to run our stuff now.
Yeah.
I think some of the kids that hadn't played last year have really come on noticeably since the beginning of the year, and I'm pleased with them and their effort. And we had a kid come out that wasn't going to come out, and he didn't put time in over the summer because he wasn't planning on playing, and that's Jeremy Dolash. And he's really you don't see the rust so much anymore on those 3 or 4 kids.
And Jeremy's led scoring a couple of times for you guys and has done a few different things. Kind of moving up to the Independence game on the 5th, a bit of a slower night for South Tama, and it ends up being a double-digit loss. What do you feel like wasn't working well against Independence, or do you feel like they outplayed you? Was there what were some of the takeaways from Independence?
Hats off to Indy. They out-hustled us all night long, and a team, we look at all our cross-country kids, and we have some speed, and they just beat us to spots all night long. And we didn't handle the ball very well. We had not a bunch. We had 2 or 3 kids that play minutes that were gone over break and didn't get very many practices in. That hurt us. But it was just kind of a letdown. It was a post-Christmas letdown, and those happen sometimes. I wish they didn't.
Exactly. Yeah, right. So looking to tonight here, we've got the number 4 ranked Solon Spartans in the house this evening. You'd been ready for them already on Tuesday, but the weather, of course, intervenes. What's the game plan tonight? What are some of your keys to victory for South Tama if they're going to compete against the Solon team?
Yeah, we got to control their scoring because, as you know, we're not going to score 75 points tonight, but Solon might, and we've got to keep their numbers closer to 50 where we score. And they have good guards, and our guards are our strength, but they have good guards, and we need to step up our guard game and compete with them there.
All right. Well, thanks for the time, Coach. Best of luck to you and the Trojans, and we'll be rooting for you.
Thanks a lot.
All right, that was STC head boys coach Craig Harrison. We'll be right back with the start of the second half after this.
Thank you.
All right, welcome back live from the STC Roundhouse. Darvin Graham and Hunter White here with you as we get ready to start the second half. South Tama, of course, is trailing big here in this one, 51-6. Scoring leader for the Spartans. It's been a balanced scoring attack on all these transition buckets that the Spartans have been getting, but Kaylee Levine has been the leader, as she has been throughout the season for Solon. She's got 17, and here she gets a steal right to start the third quarter and an assist up the court to Kobe Leitz. Leitz gets the first bucket of the second half for the Spartans. Now South Tama back in their half court. Kayla Heck trying to get it down the middle to Sienna Defoe, and it goes high and out of bounds. Solon basketball off the turnover.
Yeah, especially one thing that South Tama needs to work on going into the second half is I got Solon for 12 steals. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
16 minutes, almost darn near a steal a minute as this right-hander shot from
That was a fadeaway
Miller.
from Haley Miller, and she has to leave her feet there and goes to the court at the end. But there's a steal here by Levine, picking off Heck, or excuse me, yeah, Kayla Heck, and Levine on the fast break, easy bucket for 2, and she gets to 19 now. Olivia Holla, Madison Hitchcock, guarded tightly by Staley. Ball gets tipped out of bounds, and it will stay with South Tama. Defoe was smart to stay away there.
So Defoe will pass it into Holla. She'll take it right to left. And that one's quickly stolen away by Staley. She'll pass over to Leitz, and that's good.
Kobe Leitz, 2 quick buckets. Just kind of a system thing for Solon here. They've got a lot of players playing well, and Levine has been the standout. But it's just everybody's where they need to be. And when they get these fast breaks, it's these, their guards are just in position and ready to capitalize. And that time it was Mia Staley for 2. Staley with 11 now, so she's broken double digits.
That one just goes. That wasn't a bad look there.
Yeah, Holla at the baseline. Had an open look, put it that way.
Yes.
Now an open look for Staley, but she dribbles away. It gets worked around to Levine in the corner, and she will make them pay kind of from the corner. Is Kaylee Levine with her 4th three-pointer tonight.
Yeah, she's been lights out there from beyond the arc. Very seldom has Solon been missing from beyond the arc here.
South Tama came in without Jeanette Cervantes, so they give up a little bit of post presence against Solon tonight, but speed is really where things have been, as that was another one by Mia Staley. She's got 13 now.
Hall's going to take this over to Heck. In the lane is Hitchcock, but the pass is too strong and picked up again by Levine.
Levine scoops it, gets it to Staley. Baseline. And now Levine will get an open look underneath the hoop. She will, along with the entire Solon roster, head to the bench, and that might be it for the starters tonight. Levine finishes with 22. Well, we assume they're not coming back on, but finishes this sequence as she goes to the bench with 22. There's the right words. So onto the court now for the Spartans, and it's Delaney Durr, number 2, Lainey Hinkle, number 12, Jersey Haleska, number 24, and Madden Gates, number 32. There's a travel on the Solon end.
Yes, I believe that ball was last stolen by Hinkle, but it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. Another thing that Solon's been doing well tonight is they're shooting from the charity stripe at 50%. They got 5 made for 10 attempts. And being 66% from the line, of course, they want to improve that. As the 2 from Levine that she had in that sequence, getting back-to-back, missed 2 and then made 1 more, but definitely some things to work on. All right, so this is going to be South Tama ball out of the timeout as Heck will inbound to Holla. And she will take it across the line. She'll pass and get it away and gets the left-hander to go off the glass. Olivia Holla. This is going to be passed back out as Around the World happens as Durr is going to drive into the lane, take a shot too strong. Jousting there in the lane as eventually that ball is going to be picked up by Durr, and she'll get the assist. Maddie Gates able to pick up that one, as Heck will get her own rebound and gets that one to go down. So some offensive pressure coming now for South Tama. Left-hand side shot, too strong there for Jersey Haleska. And South Tama will go ahead and take it the distance.
Haleska, the daughter of Iowa Hawkeyes men's great Adam Haleska, who's made their home in the Solon area. So always a lot of Iowa Hawkeye connections. Of course, Solon just right outside the Iowa City area. Remember the Bluters had kids that played here, and countless others that have gone through the Solon system. So it's always kind of interesting to see, as time goes on, who's part of the programs and such.
It's always an easy drive when you're going from Iowa City to Solon.
Yeah.
You can only assume. But, still, it's nice to see that we got some talent at the D1 level being recruited locally. That's excellent. As this ball is going to go off, and a jump ball is going to be called. Yes, jump ball called. Solon will get this one. As Lainey Hinkle will inbound. Over left-hand wing now. Hinkle will take the shot. Misses. And with that,
it's Haleska there.
Haleska. Yep, she will get the ball and the rebound. Hinkle this time with the steal and the breakaway there for Hala.
Spin move there by Hinkle. And she gets it to go and the foul.
Yeah, that's just a really heads-up play. Really pressuring towards the basket. And able to take advantage of Hala, who's a freshman, as she just kind of went down with her arm.
Delaney Durr checks out of the game for number 5, Lainey Johnson. Hinkle makes the three-point play as she makes the free throw, and on for the Spartans, number 3, Treya Iadol.
Hala's going to take this over, left-hand side over to Hala. She'll drive into the lane. Little fadeaway shot over to the left-hand side. Can't get it as Lainey Johnson's going to pick up that ball. And that's going to be a turnover for the Spartans.
Continuous clock here working as things picking up in speed with the 75-10 score in this third quarter.
Oh, wow, like you said, blink and you just can't see it.
Right there. Foul underneath the hoop. Asley Morgan getting a shot up, and a good passing sequence there by South Tama as it started from Heck in the corner and went to Defoe, and then Morgan couldn't quite get the shot up, but she will go to the line here. Let's see if she can get one in, and the first one no good.
Yeah, just kind of wish that you kind of had the sense of urgency at the start of the game.
Yep. Going to be an interesting next couple of days here. I'd like to promote the upcoming games for South Tama, but at this point, I just really don't know. South Tama would anticipate with the school being called off tomorrow. I believe the games are also going to be canceled or postponed. So tomorrow's games were supposed to be against Williamsburg. The girls were going to be on the road, the boys at home, and that will get postponed to a later date, so stay tuned for that. I believe, if I remember right, they might get split up and they might happen at different times. So stay tuned to the South Tama Facebook or the Trojan Country Facebook, and we'll post those as they come. And then on Monday, it is supposed to be the Coaches versus Cancer night against the Meskwaki Warriors. And Meskwaki Settlement School is going to bring both the girls and boys teams here to the Roundhouse. We've had a matchup on tap with them in the last few years. And it's really been nice to get that cross-community connection on the hardwood. And so that's set for Monday, but there's Sienna Defoe underneath the hoop. Defoe's getting her first points tonight, coming here in the third quarter. And but snow also in the forecast potentially on Monday, so we don't know if we're going to get that one in either. So stay tuned. Next week is supposed to be a three-night basketball schedule as the Trojans playing that non-conference game against Meskwaki on Monday, and then I believe they have Clear Creek and Manna on Tuesday and Benton on Friday. Here's Kayla Heck, baseline shot, rolls out. Defoe out to Rosenberger. Shots off the mark here. And South Tama, you can feel just a little more room to work here where the shots are starting to go up. There's still a lot of turnovers as South Tama is having trouble moving the ball. But we're at least, you know, shots are formulating, you know, to a degree.
Yeah, Takaya Rosenberger is going to draw the foul as that ball was stripped away by Lainey Johnson. So
Rosenberger's first personal. Really no South Tama Trojan in any kind of foul trouble. We go to the end of the third quarter. We're going to take a break and hear from our sponsors. We'll be right back with the start of the fourth.
Stop the battle within your soul. You know it's all in your head. Being sad doesn't make you smart. It seems your heart just needs a fresh start. High, high, higher than the rest. Far from all the voices telling us we can't. High, high, higher than the past. We can make it, we can take it easy.
All right, welcome back. Start of the fourth quarter. South Tama against Solon, and they are trailing here. Trojans down 77-12. Very dominant effort here against South Tama tonight on the road for Solon. And we're kind of looking at second and third string players here on the court for Solon. South Tama really only goes about 10 deep. So it's a definite second string here working. On the court for South Tama, Takaya Rosenberger at the point, Sienna Defoe up there as well. Gisela Camacho right now guarding her, guarding Hinkle there in the corner. There's a three-pointer. That one was by Lainey Johnson.
that was nice. It was a nice little
Good-looking shot, yeah.
Good heads-up pass play.
Azalee Morgan and Aubrey Dolezal rounding out the starters in the fourth. All right, we're going to quick check in with our wrestling action. So South Tama girls and boys varsity wrestlers in action tonight over in Williamsburg. Both teams wrestling their first duel against CPU. So looking at the scores here, we're about 4 matches in, and not a lot of girls wrestling for CPU. So South Tama brings a mostly full roster, and so far South Tama has gotten forfeit wins at 105, 110, 115, 120. There was a double forfeit at 125, and they're finally, I think, wrestling their first match. Tara Crowley of CPU wrestling Ava Perkins right now of South Tama. And it looks like we've got a matchup at 140. Paisley Bro will take on Ireland Brown. At 155, Abigail Chima looks to take on McKenna Brissy. At 170, Cammie Sibula taking on Jordan Fink. At 190, Emma Slifer taking on Jenna Small. And at 235, Kinley Jimenez taking on Erica Foreman. So those yet to come. It does not look like South Tama's... Oh, no, excuse me. Maylee Ellsbury looks to have a forfeit. So she is in the roster, just not matched up with anybody tonight. So that's the girls' duel happening. With the boys, we look over there, and they had their rosters were put together a little better. And they're only a couple matches in here. They started at 113. Kale Graff got a quick pin against Reese Rambo at 113. At 120, South Tama's Ramiro Sakic took a 5-0 decision loss to Caden Steinkamp of CPU. Amari Chavez got a fall over Jordan Weedo. Good to see him back after an injury. And then looks like wrestling now. Mikhail Bear up wrestling against Drake Pospisil. And Pospisil leading 3-2 against South Tama's number 9 ranked Mikhail Bear. So good luck to the Trojan wrestlers. You can check all that action out on Track Wrestling if you want to follow along there. Or you can look up on the Williamsburg Raiders YouTube. That's where you can find the video coverage as well. So if you want to see the results, go to Track Wrestling. You want to see the video, go to YouTube. And we'll kind of check in again later in the evening tonight here too.
Yeah, so far in the action here on the court, number 32, Madeline Gates, went to the line, made 1 for 2 on that. And since then, it was a travel call for the Solon Spartans. And still no points off this, but definitely being more aggressive here defensively as Camacho able to swipe that one out of bounds.
All righty. 4:38 left in the quarter.
Wow.
And there's another 3 by Lainey Johnson. She's got 2 so far tonight.
Yeah, absolutely electric. This three ball has been very good as South Tama is going to take this timeout.
And a timeout called by Coach Jamie Smith and the Spartans, just as we were transitioning back into live action.
Basketball.
Yeah. So, yeah, stay tuned to our broadcast schedule. We're going to have to just wait and see what Mother Nature does in the next 5 days or so, and we will play that by ear. But going to be Jam the Gym night with the STC Activity Boosters coming up on Friday of next week. That's the doubleheader against Benton. There's also going to be a food drive happening there here at the Roundhouse. So check out the STC Facebook account and some more details about the food drive and some Jam the Gym activities during that girl-boy doubleheader on Friday. That's Friday of next week. So mark the calendars there. And next Tuesday, the CCA matchup is going to be, I believe, girls home, boys away, I believe. Busy week of action.
Very exciting.
South Tama with the ball in the half court. Inbound to Gisela Camacho, and she will throw it away. Down low to Gable Knight. She's in off the bench. Here's Johnson quickly up the court. Alaska throws it away. Camacho gets the steal. Camacho in the fast break, and we'll get the bucket.
How about that? That's an inkling of, you know, if you just had that about like 32 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
As there's another turnover.
Scramble on the South Tama side, or on the Solon side, and it's going to be a steal. Rosenberger up to Heck. Heck around her defender. Loose ball picked up by Gates. Heck, quick shot there. Off a pass from Camacho. Loose ball, Haluska picks it up. Up the court to Johnson, 3 from the corner, not good. Idol back to Johnson. Oh, she thought about it again. I might have taken it there too.
Yeah, why not?
Haluska at the free throw line. Hard off the back of the rim. Morgan the rebound. 3 minutes left to go. Continuous clock as another set of players coming back on the court here for South Tama. Morgan to Heck. And a foul called. We do have boys varsity coming your way after this, so about 15 minutes after the conclusion of this game, we'll have boys varsity between South Tama and Solon. Solon boys coming in ranked number 4. South Tama looking for their 3rd win of the season. Coming in off a loss against Independence on the 5th, but they had 2 WAMAC wins in December. So a good start from where they were in the last couple of years. There's a shot by Defoe. Goes out of bounds. Just over 2 minutes left.
Yeah, just a lot of good things that our girls have done, especially here in the last quarter of the game, as this one's going to come down for Vanderwall. But, you know, you got to pass. You got to get in the lane, and you got those higher look shots, as we see here in double coverage. How about that? Heck able to come down with the ball.
Yep.
And the foul. So, you know, definitely one of those things, like I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, you need to play all 4 quarters. There was no sense of urgency in the first half. But,
Yep.
you know, they're able to persist. And, of course, you got the senior Heck out there who was giving it her best shot. I believe our scoring leader for tonight. And just, you know, one of those things that maybe you pick up learning from Solon, as they are the #1 rank, as this dish out to Idol is going to be good.
Idol's first points tonight.
And I know it is so intimidating when you're playing the #1 team. And, of course, that's going to be talked about in school. You're going to be thinking about it all day. And, you know, and when push comes to shove, you just got to play the game, best of your ability.
Good pass there by Hitchcock to Kayla Heck, and Heck gets it up and gets one to go.
Yeah, just exactly what you need to do. Got to pass it around, do what you can. You know, get the points that you're able to as the minutes.
Yeah, under a minute to go here. Another 3 by Johnson. This one air balls on the baseline. Valeska and Heck tie it up. Jump ball goes to South Tama.
Yeah, but hopefully our girls can get some valuable things learned from this. Maybe look at just how Solon plays and with the sense of urgency. And like you mentioned already, Darvin, just the fundamentals have been strong. As this effort by Hala comes up short, and here...
Loose ball picked up by Trey Idol. Her fast break shot is off the mark. Rebound by Haleska. Johnson inside to Gates. Blocked there by Kayla Heck. 10 seconds. Hitchcock, good effort trying to steal it away. She goes to the deck. Slow to get up. She seems all right. And Gates can't get it to go. Last seconds of action here. Hala fires away. Oh, almost. Olivia Hala's shot is no good. Final score here in Tama, 86-16. Solon Spartans advanced to 11-1. They will next be in action at West Delaware. We're supposed to be at West Delaware on Friday. I don't know if they're canceled or not with the weather. Then on Tuesday of next week, they're scheduled to take on Mount Vernon. That's a big one for this team. That's #1 versus #2 in Class 3A. So that'll be one to circle on the calendar for a lot of folks in Eastern Iowa just to see how it shakes out. 2 really good teams. And that's kind of for the Wamak East standing as well. So that's Tuesday, Mount Vernon, and then at Independence on Friday. As we said, South Tama was supposed to have played Williamsburg tomorrow, but that has been canceled with school not being in session. And then on Monday will be the home game against Meskwaki. On Tuesday will be girls home against Clear Creek Amana. And on the 19th, on Friday, Coaches versus Cancer Night at home against Benton Community. We are going to step away and take a break while we get the boys teams on the court, and we'll be back with a look at this boys matchup between South Tama and Solon. Welcome back in live from the Roundhouse. It is doubleheader action here tonight in Tama. South Tama and Solon facing off this evening. As you can see, the boys varsity teams warming up. We got about 6 minutes to go until the tip-off of this boys varsity contest. South Tama girls took the loss in their in the opener here this evening. Final there was 86-16 in favor of the Spartans. South Tama falls to 0-10 on the year. Leading scorer for the Trojans was Kayla Heck. She had eight, excuse me, on the evening. So South Tama unable to get into double figures. And yeah, so we are back here and going to look at check in with our wrestling action here this evening over in Williamsburg. Center Point Urbana and South Tama wrestling, and looks like the girls are all wrapped up. South Tama won that duel 63-12. The wins for South Tama were Taylor Johansson, Ava Hendricks, Keely Holloway, London Jeanette, all got forfeit victories. Maylee Ellsbury got a forfeit win. Paisley Bro got a forfeit win. Brooklyn Mitchell defeated Ireland Brown by a 10-8 decision. Nice win there by Brooklyn. Abigail Chima won by fall over McKenna Brissy. Autumn Ellsbury got a win by forfeit. Jenna Small of CPU defeated Emma Slifer by fall. Kinley Jimenez defeated Erica Foreman of CPU by fall. And Olivia Smith at 100 got a win by forfeit. So quick duel there on the girls' side. Looking on the boys' side now. I'm going to guess they are not wrapped up yet. Oh, they might be. Oh, they are. Okay, all right. Boys are wrapped up. The South Tama Trojans get the win against CPU. 51-27 is the dual score there. And running down the results, Kale Graff gets a win by fall over Reese Rambo of CPU. CPU's Caden Steinkamp defeats Ramira Sakic by 5-0 decision. Amari Chavez gets a win over Jordan Weedo by fall. Clayton Babinet gets a major decision win, 16-7 over Will Griswold. Drake Pospisil of CPU upsets, looks like a injury might have happened. So Drake Pospisil wins by an injury forfeit, it looks like, over Mikhail Bear. So we're hoping that Mikhail's going to be okay, but not a good night there for South Tama to lose one of their returning state qualifiers. Drayton White gets a win by forfeit. South Tama's Anthony Thompson loses to Aiden Navoa by fall at 150. Kinzer Jeanette wins by fall over Connor Alcorn. Cyrus Mathis having a nice run into the second half of the season here. Mathis over Danny Small by fall. Marcus Bear wins by fall over Preston Thompson at 190. South Tama's Drew Mellies lost by fall to Liam Juan at 215. Gavin Bridgewater defeated Colton McDowell by Tech Fall. And at 285, Kyan McBride took a win by forfeit. South Tama was open at 106. So that's the results from the South Tama CPU duel. CPU and Williamsburg up next, or they're probably wrestling right now. And then South Tama and Williamsburg will round out the night. We'll check back in maybe at the halftime of this boys game. And we will next look at our starting lineups. First for the visitors. Starters for Solon this evening. Going to be number 15, Jake Benzing. Number 3, Rylan Stiegelmeyer. Number 13, Vince Steinbreck. Number 30, Garrick Turner. And number 2, Austin Knight. We'll kind of talk about these two teams here in a moment as we get through the starters. And the starters for your STC Trojans. At the point guard position, number 2, senior Cade Rosenberger. Shooting guard, number 5, 6'1", Daniel Weiss. Number 3, at the small forward position, 6'2", Tommy Tynisma. At the power forward, number 33, senior Jeremy Dolash. And at center, number 23, 6'4", freshman